maybe move it closer together.
Closer.
Cool. I think we're good. Is that good?
Yep. That one.
Good morning, everybody. Just wait and see if anybody joins us live. I know sometimes it takes a wee minute just to show up on your devices that we're here. So yeah, obviously apologies we weren't here last week. We are currently in the process of homeschooling, and I had quite a bit of corporate bits and pieces last week that I was doing. Good morning. So yeah, it was a bit of a crazy, hectic week, but I was just saying to Stuart this morning, feeling loads more
empowered,
positive, ready, to go, working with some incredible clients just now. Membership is bloody amazing. I'm blessed.
Totally.
So yeah, let us know how you guys are doing. So today, Stuart had a suggestion. What we're going to speak about today, babe?
Well, I think during these rather challenging times, we were just talking the other day about how you see things, and so therefore we just thought we'd maybe just have a chat about visualization. What is it? What does it mean? What form does it take and stuff like that? And because you can kind of see things certain ways, and it's about taking control. Again, as a thread through the whole thing is taking control of who you are and what you're about, and to be the best version of you that you can be. And visualization is one of those things. I know Susie's big on visualization with a lot of stuff she does.
And personally, I do it every day.
Yep. And so we thought it would be a good topic to have a chat about. One kind of delved into.
Cool.
As of yet. So what's your view, therefore, of visualization?
So I could speak about this subject all day, every day, and it's something that I practice every day. So for me, if your mind can begin to see something, it then makes it possible. Okay, so often, having suffered from anxiety for 2 decades, I am and I say this to every anxiety sufferer, you are like the king or queen of visualization. You can visualize every worst nightmare, every possible negative outcome that there could be. You can imagine that. It's not real. You see it, you think it's real, or you can see it's real, but it's not real. But conversely, if you switch that, and I see this a lot with clients, I see this a lot with myself, and this is why I think I'm feeling so empowered today, is that when you visualize a positive outcome or a positive day, a positive meeting, a positive phone call, you go into that with a completely different energy, completely different mindset. And I'll give an example of that. Yesterday I was doing a presentation for a university, and before I'd gone on, I was kind of a little bit hashed because I couldn't find the link that I was supposed to be joining to deliver them. And I could feel my heart beginning to race, and I was a bit like, oh my gosh, and then the anxiety, oh no, what if I deliver a crap presentation, and da-da-da-da-da. But then I'm like, no, hang on a minute, switch that in my mind and just visualized it going really well, thinking about if one person gets supported by this, visualizing everybody taking it on board. And it was ace. I loved it. I loved delivering it, and it was great feedback and those kind of things. So for me, visualization is really important. Each day I visualize, I've got some other goals, obviously in and around our adoption process. So I visualize, having our child at home, seeing that, holding the child, eating together, seeing my family together. And sometimes visualization moves me to tears, doesn't it? I'm just oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. But when you can begin to visualize the positive outcome, it then makes it possible. So that's me on visualization so far. And then obviously I teach it in my workshop.
Indeed. Share it.
Dream
Help
Life
other
workshop.
people achieve that.
Yeah.
Which is the key to that anyway. It's because it's like kind of forming a mental image of something, what that may be. And as Susie's saying there is that it's quite easily where you can actually have, based on where you're at, whether you're positive or negative, then that'll be the thread you go down to the visualization that you actually do, if you do any. So really, it's actually about. I remember years and years ago, people were saying, "Well, I'll believe it when I see it," about this or that or the other. But what I actually discovered through my career is that when you start believing it, is then when you start seeing it, and that's the visualization. Is it? So if you, visualize or believe that you're going to be, lose £10. Or if you believe you're going to have a new relationship, or if you believe that you're going to get a new job, or if you're going to have, better financial position and stuff like that. When you visualize it, it, as you say, it triggers things in us where we can actually then put our focus towards, which, as we all know, focus and energy, and then that's what actually gets you, upbeat, gets you motivated, gets you encouraged, and it gets you focused and going for something.
Builds that momentum. So I think it's like visualization plus action equals results. And you're just, sorry, like I'm just looking because I've got this little hanging thing up in my office beside my desk. It says, if you can dream it, you can do it. And that's kind of what you're saying, that seeing is believing. And as I say, I teach this in kind of my Dream Life workshop, in that when you can begin to, everything is created by a thought. Like every single thing, like the coffee cup that Stuart's drinking from, the MacBook that we're recording on, like at some point somebody had this visualization when they're like, oh my gosh, this would be a beautiful design on a coffee mug, like, and then they took action and then they went and did it. So it can be used for little things, but it can be used to really connect with positive things when things are maybe not quite going so well. So let us know in the comments, do you use visualization? Do you use it in that way? Do you just use it through meditation? Give us some ideas so that you can share, so that others can learn from you. What have you used visualization for yourself? So it's a technique that's used a lot in coaching, whereby you can use it to trigger action. So you can begin to visualize, okay, what could the future look like if you do X? And we've been through a really challenging process in a Tony Robbins training where you look at the negative side of things, where you're pulled, okay, like if you make no changes, and worst case scenario, this is what's going to look like in a year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. How are you going to feel knowing that you haven't done that? And then switching it and then thinking, okay, like if I just take this one small action, what difference could that make in a year, in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? So,
and the power of that we did with the Robbins experience was, the impact it had on me was I actually experienced a physiological change. My body started actually feeling like more upbeat, and my blood felt like it was racing a little bit, my heartbeat was going a wee bit faster and stuff like that. So that visualization actually changes things in you to then go and empower you to actually go and achieve and do things.
I love that, because it ties in with, it's a scientific fact that our brain believes, and this is why I work a lot with clients who are anxious to kind of remove stimulus such as the news and things, that our brain believes what we see is true and real. Like it doesn't define the difference. So you having a physiological effect of something that hasn't happened, it's like opening a bag of salt and vinegar crisps and your mouth starts to watch already. You haven't even eaten it, or you think about a lemon and your mouth goes, oh, because the brain doesn't know the difference. And this is what's really important. So anyone who's suffered from trauma or stress or anxiety, every time they relive or rerun even a conversation you've had with someone, like, oh gosh, she said this and he said that and every time you rerun that, your body physiologically responds by releasing those stress hormones and things like that. So But conversely, like, you know, when I've wept with my visualizations because they're so beautiful, like they can give us such a connection. And it's that connection, that physiological connection coupled with the vision that make it so powerful.
Yeah, definitely.
I think.
Definitely.
Good morning, John.
And the thing is, as well,
Morning,
as you're
Margaret.
saying there, you know, it's thought. So therefore, what it means is the powers within ourselves to make that decision, or to decide to do that, or to accept that, or not accept that. And if we can actually find a way through support, through friendship, through reading stuff and all that, in a way to improve how we live our lives. And it doesn't have to be massive, you know, because most things, as we know, they're kind of incremental anyway. And then something forms itself. It's all the small steps that make the bigger picture. You know, when you start a painting, it doesn't appear, you know, one kind of brush at a sweep at a time. And I mean, a great example of the power of mindset. You know, when we were talking about that, I reminded myself about the I think he was Dutch, I can't remember, but it was Viktor Frankl, who was I think he was a Dutch psychiatrist or something. He was in Auschwitz anyway for about 3 years. And he, during his time in the worst damning conditions, used to visualize every single day about being with his family, sitting in a coffee shop on the street, smelling, you know, the flowers, listening to the birds, you know, seeing people walk past, smiling and laughing and hugging and touching each other. And that visualization is actually what helped him get through the worst conditions that he's obviously ever had in his life. And he wrote a book about it. And it's it's just absolutely incredible. The power that visualization can actually have on the life that you lead. Or, I mean, you know, it was life-saving.
Yeah.
You're not survival. I mean, what we've got these days is we've got a free, open, okay, it's a pandemic lockdown at the moment, however, but we have, you know, that kind of world where, you know, it's there for us, and we've got opportunity, you know, to go and do something with it. And as Susie says, is that, you know, it comes from a thought, you know, the iPad, you know, the cup, everything. If people hadn't taken action on this visualization, we wouldn't be in the world that we're actually in today. And it's incumbent really upon us, from a minutiae ourselves to a bigger situation, to, you know, take the opportunity and go and achieve as best we can, really, I think.
And visualize that more positive future. You know, visualization was a savior for me when I was ill, you know, lying in bed, listening to affirmations, visualizing, you know, being fit, being healthy. Equally, as I mentioned, you know, it can be our worst nightmare if you're focusing and visualizing and like, oh my gosh, this is going to happen, and then that'll happen, and this is going to be terrible. But just being in that energy of the thing that you desire.
So how do you, if somebody is in that position, how do you get them to almost like, you know, stop, draw a line, let's visualize more, you know, productively, more positively, more optimistically? I mean, how do we get somebody to that place then if they're feeling maybe darker?
Yeah, so the first place is having awareness of this situation, awareness that you're having negative thinking, and literally you can use the word, and I mentioned this in my book, stop. Okay, you can literally say to yourself, stop, and all you need to do, you don't need to think like, say so for me, I was in bed ill, you know, you don't have to think, oh, I'm so fit and healthy and I can go out for a run and da 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 da. I personally would do that, but you don't have to do that. You could just take it that one stage more, like, okay, like today I am going to manage to go for a shower, or today I'm going to, you know, just lay it little by little, or you can go all out big scale, which is what I've done this morning, and I am feeling like, woo, high vibe. Okay. Margaret is saying she visualizes having precious time with her granddaughter. She sees us playing and going to the park and giggling together. I will never give up on that. I will see her again.
And my question to that, Margaret, is when you're thinking that, what shape are your lips forming? And I bet any money that they're going up the way like that, and they're smiling, and you can almost hear the other kids in the swing park and the chain noise that's being made with the swings and everything. I mean, that's absolutely beautiful. And those are the kind of things that actually help lift us, at times of challenges.
Absolutely. And I think, like you're mentioning the swing part there, that's something I visualize. Like with when our next child appears, whenever that may be, of being up at Fintorn and being at the park where there's the two swings.
Yeah.
So like I go really into detail, and I think that can be really, really powerful. Like going into that minute detail that Stuart's speaking about, like the sounds of the swings, the grass, really engaging with that, because as we say, your mind doesn't know the difference between a real life event and what you're imagining. So allowing yourself that opportunity to experience that joy, to be in that vibration of happiness, or celebration, or relaxation is so powerful. So don't dismiss it as daydreaming or whatever. Use this opportunity, like it's there for all of us. Margaret says she's smiling, seeing and hearing. Emma saying that she needs to try this. Thank you. So yeah, we create are partially, responsible for creating our own reality. And visualization is something that, like, I love that you picked this and not me, because as I said, I could talk about this all day, every day. But like for me, this is like such an incredible thing. Like this office we are in, I visualize this house that we're in, I visualize the car in my driveway, the stable block over there. Like, I mean, these are kind of material things, but for us at that point in time, we didn't actually have the money for those material things, but they have magically appeared.
Didn't have the land or nothing.
No, we didn't have the land in anything, and we lived in the city. So but all these things have come from visualization, just connecting with that energy, knowing that it's coming. Right now I'm visualizing my kitchen extension and cooking and having my family there and having our new child there. So you can use visualization for all sorts of things. It's like, Sunday I wasn't feeling great, and I listened to meditations on a loop, listened to some visualizations, and just visualize myself just feeling calm, restful. You can use it for pretty much
anything. We got taught that we knew anyway about being grateful for things and gratitude. I know that's big in what we're all about and stuff like that. And recognizing and searching every single day for something that you're grateful for, giving gratitude will help you picture that gratefulness that you've got. Whether it's for you getting up before 9 in the morning, it's, as he says, it's having a shower, or it's having that granddaughter, it's having that group of friends, absolutely anything. But having gratitude gives a sense of great well-being and feeling good about things. That's what ultimately we want to kind of try and achieve. And if you remember this song,
are you ready to sing?
No, I'm not going to sing, because that really would shut the laptop. That's for sure. But it was by Insomnia, and the line was, "You don't need eyes to see, you just need vision." And it's absolutely true, because we don't, we've all got a set of eyes. We can all see things, but we don't all see the same. We don't all have the same vision, because that, as it says, it comes from within us. So if we can actually take control and ownership of the things that we view, the visions that we have, the thought processes that we have, then it will inevitably impact your sort of life. And I know and I understand that there's a balance in different sort of things, but we have got the mental and the power within ourselves to take that control. And it's like anything new is not easy. If you don't do it, it's not easy. But the more you do it, like visualization, I know you're a big writer and put it down on paper of things. The things that you vision, write them down on paper. If for example, Mark, if you're talking about that vision with your granddaughter and giggles and the swing park and all that kind of stuff, write it all down and then put it on a wall somewhere. In your bathroom, in your bedroom, or whatever it is, and just reread it every now and again. It's like putting up these kind of positive prompters that people have by 5x3 cards in houses. They used to be all over my. I never used to have to decorate my flat 10 years ago with all these kind of things. In fact, I could hardly get out the door. My head was absolutely bulging like that, you know. But it is. It's it can be that simple. Writing it down, putting it on the wall, and looking at it and just rereading it again. Because some visions come, visions can go, and sometimes we can. What was that? What did you say again? You know what I mean? That type of thing can happen.
John's visualising a Greek island. Nice. Ooh. Nice. Beautiful.
Hold on a second. I'm with you.
Yeah. Take me there. Take me there.
Out there today.
So yeah, we can visualise all sorts of different things to support ourselves. You mentioned gratitude, and one of the things that I do is I actually write 3 gratitudes every single day, but I also write 3 gratitudes for things that I haven't yet got as if they've happened. So I write down 3 things I'm grateful for, and then obviously I mentioned my extension and having our new child home and stuff. So I write, I can't wait to pick up my baby and sniff it and hold it, or like I'm so grateful for doing that.
Yeah, sniff its filter.
Crazy baby sniffers over here.
All the basic stuff. But look at what it does to you.
Yeah,
you're smiling your head off.
Totally.
And your eyes are sparkling even more than normal. It's beautiful. It's great, and it's all available to us.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think, if you are struggling with the negative thinking, recognize that is not truth, but your body and mind will believe it as truth. Yep. Okay, so it is like really important to think about that. Visualization isn't just a woo-woo technique. He's not got corona. Unfortunately, he's done this the whole time. He's done this the whole time I've known him.
I'm just old.
So yeah, I think that what was the way to say? Yeah, so athletes use this, top businessmen use this. You mentioned, who was it who ran the however many minute mile you spoke about last time?
Oh yes,
whatever his face is.
Yeah.
That runner
That's
man.
Right, that runner man.
So that was visualization. Once people could actually see that it was possible, they're like, oh gosh, I could do that. Mm-hmm. So I think it's important to just visualize.
That's the seeing, and then I'll believe it, as opposed to believing it and then seeing it.
Yeah. So you can use it both ways. Yeah. Thanks, Gillian. Yeah. I hope that you're feeling happy.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Gillian's saying, we both look so happy. It's lovely to see. Thank you. So today I'm actually go and write a visualization for the membership about the moon.
Also,
John, you've made me think I'm going to make it on an island.
Also, the visualization type of stuff, if people are, suffering, or they're feeling low, or they're on supplementary medication to kind of assist them, if you like, that working with them to start revisualizing aspects of their life and what's going on, what is available, to actually get them off that kind of medication through that kind of process, which is a mental thing over a physiological thing, which is a big, powerful thing. I know that you've worked with as well. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Have a good yoga class, Laura. Enjoy.
I could go and have a lie down in a minute, so I'll join you.
You've got homeschooling to do, dude.
Yeah.
So I hope that that's been helpful for you. Please, let us know how you're doing, what's going on for you. This week certainly energetically feels a lot lighter. Last week, I know for many was a struggle, and then that kind of hit me towards the end of the week, I think, supporting a lot of people who were struggling, and just, the impact of what's going on in the world. But, visualizing that positive future, positive day, or, it doesn't even have to be it can be a neutral outcome as well. So it doesn't have to be as I say, I am crazy positive, to be fair, but if you struggle with thinking, well, that's a lot of bloody rubbish, that's never going to happen. Yeah, you can go neutral and then you can build up that thing.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, let us know how you doing. Will we hop off or have you got anything else to say? Any questions?
Because it's really quite good that, with viewers who are on the live that can actually get a chance to share with other people, and not just, us blabbing on every week. That it's really actually happening in life in general. So it's really great. And I know that, probably about 95% of the viewers that we get on our Susi and Stu talks are people who watch it afterwards, and then, they can't contribute quite as much.
But we do read.
But we do read everything that everybody says, and we're always here at any time. If you visualize us, we will appear.
Poor people.
Sorry about that. That's unfortunate.
Good. I'm glad that supported you today, Gillian. Visualizing that positive outcome. Visualize a successful day of homeschooling. Yes.
Good for you.
Absolutely, Emma. And think about the end of the day. How are you going to feel when you reach the end of the day? So what does that successful day look like?
Yeah.
How are you actually going to feel? Are you going to feel calm? Is it going to feel fun? Connect with that emotions of like, okay, how do I want this to go? Put that little plan in your mind. See how you feel. Visualize yourself at the end of the day like, woo! School's out till tomorrow. Actually, our school's off tomorrow.
Oh, yes, right.
The kids, Lily's getting a well-being day tomorrow.
But I'm not too sure if it's actually the well-being is actually for the kid or for the parent.
So yeah, Emma, good luck with your homeschooling today. Yes. I hope that it's a real great success. Have fun with it.
We had a way to do something actually slightly different with the homeschool today. I was saying to Susie yesterday. Lily's got a desk in her bedroom that she's been doing, all her stuff and all that. So we switched it up. We're away to go up the cabin today. So we're away to give a different environment for her to be in, which would be away from the bedroom and stuff like that. And hopefully we'll see what that's like. Yeah. It might be quite interesting. I don't know if this is the same as visualization or stuff like that, but we have our house the way we like it because that's what we like. Pictures on the wall, furniture a certain way, desks, tables, and all that kind of stuff. Maybe sometimes actually just, you walk past pictures that you see all the time, but you'd never actually see them. That's visualization, you see. Switch it up. Go and change some stuff around in your house.
Yeah, I love doing that.
Change pictures, move them about in different walls.
I love
not weekly though.
I love a furniture
not weekly.
Shift up the energy. It's like,
this is Susie's visualization. Let's move the table to where it will be. And let's see if we've got enough room
for our new extension that isn't actually there yet. So Margaret is visualizing that she is on the Greek island. So she's there with you, John. She loves our videos, feel part of her family. Yes.
Great
amazing.
Stuff.
So Great stuff. Let's all go Mamma Mia style. Oh, how fun would that be? All of us in like a musical, Mamma Mia, Greek island. Love it.
I'll record you. I'll go behind the camera.
How could I ever refuse? Feel like I win when I lose. Cool. Okay, I'll
before she starts,
leave the sing-along of videos and go and write some meditations.
So next week we thought we might do vocal cords.
Do a karaoke version.
We're going to sing next week, the whole show. Oh dear.
Okay.
Magic. Love
it. Love you guys loads. Yep. Have an incredible day.
And a great week.
If you do have anything you would like us to speak about, please do. Reach out, let us know, and we will chat.
We will see you.
Nonsense. And
we will see you next week.
Okay. Right. Have a great day.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.